Today I'm behind the wheel of a 2024 GMC Acadia Denali, and I'm towing. Yeah, this is going to be a cool video, a little unique for you guys. I'll do towing. I'm going to tell you about the Denali interior, and then I'll tell you about the AT4. Talk over this lady. The AT4 off-road. So I'm giving you some throttle here, and this is an interesting experience. So they say it tows 5,000 pounds. I basically have about that in the trailer behind me. That's what the guy said the number was, and I'm probably at max capacity. Kind of my thoughts. This is quite a bit for this Acadia. It can do it? Yes. Are we doing it? Yes. But quite a bit. So let's go ahead and look at the Denali interior and exterior, and then we'll come back to this in a little bit. Hey, it's Tim. Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Let's talk about this exterior Denali. Then later on we'll do AT4 off-roading. Probably soft off-roading because of what it is, but I'd be curious what they can do with the off-roading. I don't know what's going to be. That's going to be interesting. So this is the new GMC Acadia 2024. Some changes here. We have the grille has, even though it's shining in the light, they said it's more muted chrome. We can see the blacks in there now, so it's not as chromy as it used to be. They want more muted kind of luxury. We have the clamshell kind of lights they have going on there. It's throughout the rest of the GMC brand, that lighting signature. Now we also have these 22-inch wheels that are only on Denali. So each trim, Elevation, Denali, AT4 have different wheels. They say they're tuned the suspension differently. Interesting. I didn't know about that. So guys, don't change your wheels in the Acadia. They're made for that vehicle, for that suspension. That's what's going to happen. Denali there on the side. And then we have, as we come, we're going to have a bigger third row. I'll check the third row out in a minute. But the biggest thing is that they stretch this glass all the way across. Did this on a purpose. That way you can sit back here and look outside and not feel like you're trapped. And also your cargo back there is hidden. No seeing the cargo. Stop it, thieves. No stay in the cargo. GMC there and the Acadia all-wheel drive Denali. All-wheel drive is standard in AT4, and we have it in this one. It's available on Denali and Elevation. We have these quad tip exhaust. Yeah. Apparently, and I'm not sure about this one, I didn't look, but apparently they are tiled after the Corvette C8 exhaust tips, and they say if you take those and kind of look at them side by side, you can see some similarities. You can't just swap them. Not possible, but you'll see some similarities with those quad tip exhausts. And then we have our parking sensors here and here. Then we have this cover for the hitch that goes in here, which we got a little bit, yeah, a little dirty on, so my fault. Denali there, they've stretched out the lighting signature, so the lights kind of go here and there and around, and so the whole back end goes like this. Now, we'll talk about more changes when I get inside the vehicle, but this is what you have going on in the Denali trim. This is the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. Okay, it's turbocharged, 326 horsepower and 328 pound-feet of torque. Tons of horsepower, tons of torque for this size of vehicle. I think my short time driving it, it's smooth, it's powerful. People are going to be really impressed with it versus the outgoing V6 and outgoing, I think it's a 4-cylinder as well. This is just have more horsepower, more torque. It's going to be a better driving experience. I feel like it's a lot more powerful behind it. Yes, there's turbo. I haven't experienced very much turbo lag though with it, so I'm not so concerned about that, but that has that. And we have a dipstick there, by the way, which is some brands going away from the dipsticks. Not GMC. Got a dipstick. Okay, let's talk about this GMC Acadia storage room back here. They said it's 80% bigger. Okay, it's quite a bit of storage room back there. I have my backpack in here for kind of a prop there to see how big it is. One of the things they said was pretty massive was down below here. Oh wow, that's a pretty good amount of space on there. I wonder if we can do the, oh, it's got a latch to it too, so you can latch this open, and then there's a spare tire below it, by the way. Yeah, that works pretty good, nice and hidden. We do have some third row seats that fold down. I'll hop back there in a minute. We'll check out third row space, and maybe you're like right now in a minute. Come over here. Here's second row. We do have some stitching here, some fractal stitching they called it, and then this pattern, the same quilt pattern you'll see throughout the seats there. We do have a spot here. You can pull this up. It goes up like that. There's also one that slides forward. That's this one here. What's great about this is it doesn't change the geometry of this chair, and so if you have a front car seat in here, front facing car seat, don't take car seat out. And we have a good step in here. Some brands do a grab handle here. We don't have anything, so we have to do the old old guy gets in the back seat trick. Okay, So back here in the back seats, I'm going to move behind this seat, which is they're on sliders. That's about halfway back, I'd assume. Okay. Yeah. So my knees touch here. I'm 5'7". Knees touch. Jill did a video. She's 5 foot tall. She said that she could fit 3 of her back here, but not very many other people. I do like having a nice window. It doesn't feel like a cavern back here. It used to be covered with A-pillar and stuff you can't see out here, so that's actually pretty nice. And I have vents, USBs, and I have cup holders. That works. All right, so then second row seats. Well, ouch. Get around and doing those. I promise. Oh, and we have the button here, so I can put the seat back too, or actually the person can get out who's back here. They made a bunch of statements about you can't press the button when somebody else is in front. You can't eject your brother or something, like if you have a big brother, your little brother situation. You can't do that if somebody's in a seat. You can't do, I think there's one of the things you can't do, but yeah, they've thought this stuff through. They figured out what kids do. They went smarter than kids. Okay, let's see if I can get out without making a complete ass of myself. Okay. Put that back. One thing is interesting, they don't have the sunshades like other brands do. The windows are tinted though, so you don't need the sunshade so much, but some of the other brands are doing the sunshade that pops up, little holders. Interesting. Our real wood here, real chrome. They said everything in this vehicle was real. The leather's real, the chrome's real, everything is real. We have different vents there and heated second row seats. Somebody in the video I did asked me why there's no ventilated second row seats. I think that's probably coming. We'll probably get to that point at some time. But yeah, interesting. No ventilated second row seats. All right, so then inside the cabin, inside the driver's seat, we have auto start stop button there, the different modes, lights here too, and we have the new 15-inch screen. Okay, stop beeping at me. That's standard across lineup. We have 11-inch digital display. That's standard across lineup. Super Cruise, standard across lineup. It's available in every trim, I should say. Okay, let's talk about this 15-inch diagonal screen. It's standard, and it's basically pretty quick. You kind of go back and forth. Here's quick. I'm doing the thing, but you can edit the screens. You can make them program to your configurations. You can also set up a driver profile. So every time you get in, you can create a profile, and the screens, however layout you want, will come from what you had built onto it. And we'll do some. I go home to get the different things. We have a digital view camera there, and then I have cameras here. So there's up to 9 different camera views on this vehicle. And so, yeah, nice, sharp cameras. Resolution's good. I can see it pretty well. That 360-degree camera, so that's nice. I like that. Trailer hitch view as well, if you saw that. So that's nice. I like the cameras. And then we have different settings. Heads-up display. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see, but it's right there. Heads-up display is available on this as well. And then we have headlight controls are here, by the way. Headlight controls for your headlights. We can turn them on, turn them off, auto, that kind of deal. They've moved away from a physical button the last couple of years for different vehicles for whatever reason. And then we have, different My GMC, news, Waze, Spotify, Wi-Fi hotspot, vehicle status. Just a lot of things you can look at in this. And what's cool with this, you can press a button and know more about it. I don't know how useful it is. Just kind of cool little graphic. So we have that wireless charging, a little space there, cup holders, and some storage here, and a pretty decent storage bin back there as well. And then we have Denali spelled out there on the dash. So that's where you kind of get in this Denali trim. And I will say, I didn't like the last generation. I thought the engine wasn't very good. I felt like it was inside of a cave because it was so far away from things. Sitting in this one, it's very clear. This is much better than it was in prior generations. And I really do like the seating, and I like the positions of where it's at as far as inside the cabin. So big improvement, huge, massive, colossally better. All right, now driving on a dirt road with GMC Acadia, this is more probably appropriate than the terrain mode. All the terrain was kind of fun. We're in off-road mode, which is great for letting it get a little bit Not so tight. You want a little bit more play, especially in sand and things. You want to be able to get through obstacles. It'll move a little bit with the off-road mode engaged, which is totally fine. This is a light sandy road. Imagine like a beach road. And so, I mean, it doesn't struggle through this at all. The tires, 18-inch tires with the off-road kind of trim, get through their off-road knobbiness of them, get through this terrain pretty decent. But this is more what you find typical, and it's still a smooth, pretty smooth drive. Yeah. Let's talk about one more thing real fast about the seats. Where you put your butt. The most time you spend in your vehicle. And I want to talk about these because I've been fairly critical of GM seats of the last couple of generations, but these are interesting. Lots of cushion here for the bolsters. Some of the Sierra I've been in and some of the Chevy Silverado seats think that this is hard, but this has a lot of give. That's nice to see. And also back here, usually a lot of seats were really hard in a spot. This has a lot of give. So this is much better. And I like the stitching. I think it's gonna hold up the way the stitching on the end. So if you slide it out, you're gonna hold this up. The back bolster, again, nice and thick, nice thick here. We've been driving for an hour or so. I don't feel fatigued. I feel like it's all nice pushing in. Much better seat. Maybe they finally listened to my criticism. Maybe not. I don't know. One of the things I didn't like, and I still don't like, is right here. See this plastic that comes up? So if you're a person with a wide hip or a big butt or something, and you turn, sometimes you'll get the back of your thigh on this. And this is a really hard angle here. We have an airbag built into right there, which causes that spot, but I just wish this would come up a little bit more and cover over. So if you go over, see how this folds over the plastic? This does not. That's kind of my issue. Another thing on the interior is, I didn't realize this is like a blue. it's like a blue and a black. I mean, in the inside you don't see this. You don't see the stitching. You don't see like this nice texture here on this line. She's got lots of fancy terminology for it, but basically it's blue and black. It's the only interior color you get with the AT4 is this blue-black combination. All right, new liftgate in the Acadia. It's proximity. So you key in your pocket like so, magician trick. I should be able to walk up and it should open. Open sesame. Open please. Pretty please. Please open. Oh. Maybe. Yes, we got this. All right. So key fob in your pocket. Don't press the button or anything. Opens when you get close to it from a distance. You can't just like walk over into it. You can't do the come around the side and hey, open the tailgate kind of thing. You can't get gas and open it up. No, it's very specific in that you have to be a distance away and walk up to it. You know, these engineers are up to know your tricks, and they're not doing this stuff. No. This works this way. So proximity approach is on the Acadia, which is new for the 2024 model year. And then it closes. It's open only, by the way. Abracadabra. That's how it works. Okay, so also new in the Acadia this year is Super Cruise across the lineup. I haven't used Super Cruise before. It's basically right here. It is going to be this green line. It views your eyeballs there, so it'll be mad at me in a minute because camera's in front of it and not okay. But what it allows me to kind of show you this though, if I do quickly. So Super Cruise is on. It's a button right here. Let it go green. You have green is on. Blue is like you're sort of in blue mode. You're sort of kind of cruising a little bit. Red is hey, take over the wheel. Go now. Take over the wheel. So those are 3 phases of Super Cruise. What's nice about it is you can sit back, relax a little bit on a long drive, which I plan on doing later on tonight. Picking up a GMC Sierra. I'll link to that video somewhere above. And I'm going to drive at night with it. We'll see how that works. But it allows you to sit back, be a little more relaxed when you get to destination. No, you can't read a newspaper. You can't read a magazine. You can't play on Facebook. You got to be still sitting and looking at the road because again, that sensor reads your eyeballs. But it's nice. It is kind of a nice thing. The only challenge I have with Super Cruise is it is pretty expensive. You have to pay for the service. You have to have OnStar and you have to have Wi-Fi enabled to be able to use Super Cruise. That can get kind of pricey. So it's just something to think about. Like if you're somebody who doesn't like to drive very often, if something driving makes you nervous, or if, I don't know, you like to sit back and relax a little bit and be less stressful at the end of your road trip, yeah, Super Cruise is cool. For somebody that just does short trips and you don't really drive very often and you're just driving around town, I'd probably skip it. I'd also want to say, and thinking about this, what I'm going to say in video, is this has got these larger tires, 18-inch wheels, but it's got off-road kind of tires on this. What's interesting is I don't hear much road noise. Typically with off-road tires, especially this AT4, you hear a little more road noise. I don't hear road noise. We have a 1-inch lift on this. We're lifting a little bit higher as well. So you would think you'd hear more aerodynamic stuff as far as wind noise and things. Really quiet in the cabin. Quiet driving and pretty smooth. Still on center. Oh, it's going red. I gotta take over. That's what Super Cruise does as far as that goes. But still smooth. I feel like the AT4 edition, I'm into the power band a little bit more than I want to. I did find out that the torque curve hits at 3,500 RPMs. So you get max torque at 3,500 RPMs, which is pretty low end torque, which is what you'd expect from a turbocharged engine. Horsepower hits it later on at 5,500 when you get the max there. So offline speed's good. There we go. That's about 35 to 50. It's good. It's much better than the prior generation powertrain. You do notice, I think, these tires, because of the type of tire, it's not as quick as I think, say, an Elevation would be or Denali would be with those different tires. One of the things I want to mention that I didn't mention in my driving video because I was driving is the visibility. Look at the windshield size. Look how much the dash is down. They reduce this dash down, they move the airbags down, everything down, so you can see. So my driving colleague Scotty over here is driving, and she can see all the way over the dash, unimpeded. And you have look at how far this windshield goes up. So really good visibility for my driving position, her driving position, and you can see how low this is. See, they drop this down, drop that down. It works really well. All right, now we're going to switch from off-road mode to terrain mode. This is going to be basically a one-pedal driving. We're just going to use the gas pedal, and it's going to take us through this off-road obstacle. Low speed, basically low speed keeps everything smooth going over. We do have active or hydraulic rebound dampeners, so we do get up, get light. Well, we don't pound down, we don't bam against the ground. So it's going to keep us nice and centered and keep us, as far as one pedal driving, and just be able to go nice and slow over obstacles. And the dampeners not make it so we're going to slam down when we come down. Although slamming down when you come down is kind of fun. All right, now doing the terrain mode with the GMC Acadia. This is like one pedal driving. I'm going to keep some momentum going. Not a lot, just keep going in the wheel groove. We will get the tire up off the ground. This is the twin clutch rear differential. It's going to keep me from what do I want to say? It's gonna keep the torque split between the tires. Yes, this is what you do. This is GMC Acadia driving. Not really. This is hurricane hit, and oh damn, we gotta get out of town, and the roads are covered with sandy beaches. This is what you would do in situations. So it will do it if you get in a situation like this. It will do it. It may not like to do it. You may not like it, but it'll do it. Okay, so I've been driving this around about 20 minutes. I'm going to stop here. It's interesting, I don't have any trailer brakes that I can find. I do have the max trailing and package. So if you go the max trailing and package, you can tow up to 5,000 pounds. Without that, it's about 1,500 pounds because it's basically just a very light towing situation. So in the towing section, I talked about this trailering app and different things you need to do. There's a checklist. You can hit start checklist, or you can click the checklist. And here's what they're going to look. They're hitch securely mounted, trailer connected, electrical connector plugged in, lights working properly, safety chains in place, jack stowed properly, tires properly inflated, wheel chocks removed, mirrors adjusted, and brake gain adjusted. Which is interesting because when I was towing yesterday, it says trailer brake gain, but there's not one in the vehicle. So that's a little interesting. I'm not sure why they have that in this vehicle as far as something to do, but there isn't one that comes standard in this GMC Acadia. You can add an aftermarket installed brake control system, but this item here is what you see in Yukon, Sierras, and things like that from GMC. But in the Denali and also this AT4 trim I'm sitting in currently, they have no such thing. So that's a little bit of a Yeah, I'll let you guys comment down below on that one. Okay, so no trailer brakes. I was really concerned about trailer sway because I have a box trailer here with like wind pushing it. Where I live in Nebraska, we have quite a bit of wind. It's always a topic of conversation for me. We're here in South Carolina in Hilton Head area, and not a lot of wind around here today. The trees are barely even moving, so I'm not worried about that. It's interesting when I get on the acceleration, so I'm only doing about 40 right now. I'm trying to get to this 278 East, which is the major interstate around here, and I want to see what it does. So I'm at 4,000 RPMs because I just hit the accelerator, the gas pedal, the pedal on the right, and it's doing all right. It's downshifting. I'm now cruising at 50 miles an hour at 2,000 RPMs. I would love to know what the transmission is doing, but I can't seem to find a gauge for that. Let me see. Vehicle status, maybe. All right, let me try to brake life left. Tire pressures, I don't really have a spot I can easily see. But I want to look at vehicle status, and I'm looking at gauges. Oh, maybe it's gauges. Here we go. Transmission fluid temperature is 207 degrees. Oil pressure is 26 psi. Coolant temperature is 205. It is about 87 degrees outside right now. That transmission fluid temperature is not that bad. I've seen it higher. And transmissions are running hotter these days. It's new synthetic oils they put in these transmissions. You can run them hotter than they used to. So 207. So what that matters a lot when like you're in the hills or in the country, as far as Appalachian Mountains or Rocky Mountains. You typically get a lot of transmission heat or Death Valley, and you have a lot of brake fade when you're towing. So 207, 208. I did look at the fuel economy for a hot minute. It said it was about 14 miles per gallon. If I recall correctly, 15 miles per gallon. So that's not too bad. I'm going to, yep, I got to turn up here. So let me pay a little attention to what I'm doing. So I'm going to turn on this 278, which is the highway, which is, I'd asked them to take this on the highway because I really wanted to check it out. Not a lot of people are towing today, but I really wanted to tow with it because it's not something I always get a chance to do. So we're going to go, and on the on-ramp, 45, 48, boy, I can hear those turbos kicking in. I hear the engine like, going. I'm going to cut off this little car. Oh, I'm sliding a little bit. The front end's getting a little loose on me. That's a little fun. Woohoo! I have a little whiskey later tonight to settle my nerves down. Who am I kidding? I'm going to have whiskey anyways. Oh, I gotta turn. Oh, shoot.
Take the next right.
Okay, I'm gonna let this car go, and I'm gonna get over. Let's try it. Emergency braking. Emergency braking. Can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, I did it. All right. I just got flipped the bird, I think, but I made it. Yeah. And here we go. So I'm going back. Holy cow! Was that exciting? Excuse me a minute. Okay. Let's continue. All right, so they set me up this little drive program, and I did not pay attention there. Clearly. Oh, I'm glad Jill's not with me. She'd be giving me all sorts of hell. All right, so we made that. Yeah, so offline acceleration from a dead stop, you're going to take your time. Again, I'm doing it, but I'm talking about how this is not something I would do on a regular basis with this vehicle. It's a vehicle you can do, like if you're gonna move, you get a U-Haul trailer, you got a boat, you want to launch your boat occasionally, I could see that fine. But yeah, this is not. I'm gonna calm down. It's not my preferred vehicle. You can do it. Not preferred vehicle. How's that? Easy way to say it. It can do it. I'm doing it. I'm getting 15 miles per gallon. The let's see what the transmission is 208 degrees, 210 right now. I'm going to see if I can get a good view at line of sight. I can film this if I can see ahead of me. Let's see. All right. Nope, nobody in front of me. I'm going to slow down a little bit too. So that is the gauges there on the screen. And as you can see, here's what I do when I get on it. Yeah, it gets a little, it felt like a little loose. So there you go. There's my quick, safe, put my phone down. I was in private area, go. So that's what that looks like. And I'm gonna make sure I pay attention to my map so I don't get lost again. So there you go. There is our fun couple days in South Carolina. I took the AT4 off-road. I showed the Denali interior, and I had the towing experience. I think I got a few gray hairs off that one. What do you guys think? Put your comments down below. Yes, and you can pick up my driving. I will like and heart your comment if you do. Check out our videos on the channel over here. Website down below as well. Pickuptrucktalk.com. I think it's over here actually. I keep doing it wrong. Over here are the videos. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the safe road. Not that what I did. The safe driving road.